Right, good evening members and members of the public, if you're watching online. This is an extraordinary meeting of the Town Council in relation to two items. Could I just ask members to ensure that their mobile phones are off, silent please, so no embarrassment during the meeting for you or me.
Okay, some plumber rings.
Do it all the time at TVC. Okay. Item 1, apologies.
We have apologies from Councillor Young, who has a hospital appointment, and we have one vacancy at the moment.
Thank you. Any declarations of interest, members, on the items for us? Take that as a no. Item 3 is the events fund, and is to receive a written report from the Deputy Town Clerk and Financial Officer and consider the events fund grant requested contained there within the report. I'll pass over to the Town Clerk.
So the current remaining events fund budget is just shy of £14,000. And before you, there's a grant application form from Screaming Alley CIC, who are seeking funding towards a family-friendly circus-themed cabaret performance in Ellington Park, produced by Screaming Alley to launch the Ramsgate Festival of Sound. The Deputy Town Clerk does note, though, that the council has already awarded £8,000 towards Ramsgate Festival of Sound. The amount applied for is £2,000. The reason that this has been brought to an extraordinary meeting is that the event is on the 27th of August, and so will not wait until the next ordinary council meeting.
Members, comments?
You go first.
That's great.
Is any of that 14,000 committed?
No.
Later in the year?
No.
Councillor Evanson.
Well, Screaming Alley seems to be going from strength to strength. I mean, it's acquiring sort of Ramsgate quite an international reputation. They're performing, it would appear, at the Edinburgh Festival. Yeah, I think, and this is, a lot of their performances are not particularly child-friendly, so this is kind of quite, I'm glad that this one is. And I think it's, yeah, I'm quite keen to give them as much money as possible.
Councillor Nixie.
They did last year in Ellington Park, and I went, and I have to say it was outstanding. You know, the place, it was when Ellington Park opened in the bandstand and everything, and the place was heaving. And, you know, sitting down families, it was friendly, you know, child-friendly then. And it was a really good night. And the sound system and everything they put to it, because, you know, it's an extravaganza, it's show, isn't it? And they did exactly what they should have done. So I'd love to see that for Ramsgate again, because it drew the crowds.
Yeah.
And Ellington Park is another place in Ramsgate to be used well.
Anybody else? Proposal, please. Anybody?
Give them the money.
Yeah.
Seconded. All in favour? Please show. Unanimous, thank you.
Lovely.
You have to go to one adult version in your life, though.
I will. Right, children one first. Item. That suit me. That suit me better. Item 4 is co-option, and this is to receive the written report from the town clerk and consider the procedure for co-opting a councillor contained therein to be used to fill the current vacancy. Town clerk.
So councillors have co-opted in recent years, so it's not an unfamiliar process to you. But this report is just to firm up exactly how it works and have an agreed policy for how it will work in the future. Actually, before looking at the procedure, can I possibly check that, because I'm hopeful that the application form and eligibility form are quite straightforward and you're happy to sign those off. There is actually one amendment though, and it's on the eligibility form at, says to be eligible, then someone needs to tick that you're a British citizen or a citizen of the Commonwealth. I had omitted or a citizen of any other EU member state, assuming that that was no longer relevant. But actually TDC has confirmed that legislation hasn't caught up yet, and so we do need to put in or a citizen of any other EU member state are entitled to be councillors.
Yeah,
We left with no deal, didn't we? So nothing changed.
Yeah.
But we got our country back.
We put it back in and we put it in capitals.
different colour passport anyway.
Yes.
But Chair, possibly, are members happy with the advert, the co-option application and the eligibility form,
Right,
which I think should be quite
I
straightforward?
think that's,
Yeah,
I'm quite happy with that. I don't know if other members are
yeah,
Yeah.
looking, so you're all in favour of that?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then the procedure, I mean, I think time-wise, it could tie in quite nicely with the council meeting in August that's already in the diary. All members might feel that they'd prefer to have an extraordinary meeting just dedicated to finding a new councillor.
Is it, sorry, Chair, put my hand up, but is it a full council meeting you're suggesting in August?
That's it, a full council meeting.
And how is that agenda looking at the minute?
I don't have anything specific, but I have to say, it wouldn't surprise me if come 2-3 weeks' time,
Yeah.
there will be things, even if it's maybe things like to do with the land next door to the allotments.
Yes.
It might be that, something sign off to do with Radford House.
In that case,
Councillor Hutchinson?
Laura, when will be the closing date for this, or when will you have to apply by? When we know how many people have actually shown an interest.
So my suggestion is that we advertise for at least 21 days. And then I would ask for, the closing date for applications would be on a Thursday before an agenda's issued on a Friday. And then I would include all the application forms on the agenda for your consideration and invite all the members to attend that meeting and give a short presentation.
in that case,
Councillor Hutchinson?
I'd propose to have a separate meeting. Purely because, yeah, exactly. And if I'm assuming they're presenting themselves to us and saying why they want to do it and so on and so forth, then they need time.
It needs, it does need to be one meeting concentrating on that subject alone.
Yeah,
Councillor Austin?
When I was co-opted previously, way back, I was persuaded to.
You've got over it since then.
I have got over it, yes. I was persuaded to apply on the basis that nobody else would want this for 14 months as it was left.
That's a long,
And obviously we've got a lot less time then.
Yeah.
In the event, there were 8 of us. And it took quite a long time, so I would recommend
Yeah.
a separate meeting.
Yes,
Councillor Hutchinson?
it's respectful, isn't it?
Yes.
If people have put themselves forward,
Yes,
put
I
that
agree.
time in,
Yeah.
then we need to spend
That
time.
week is bank holiday week, so that would be the best to get people.
Yeah.
so are we looking at early September
Early
then?
September then, yeah.
Proposal?
I propose we have
Did that? Thank you.
early September.
Yeah. Councillor Huxley, second.
Yeah.
So are you all in favour of that? Yeah, all in favour, thank you. Sorry,
Just an aside, if we're advertising for,
Yes.
for that, couldn't we advertise for some of our, working parties that we want the general public to
Yeah.
Yes.
take time?
And for those people to come to a meeting or just use it as an advertising opportunity?
Just that
It's
opportunity.
advertising.
yeah, I agree with that, I wouldn't agree with it being tagged on the meeting at all, but I agree with that, yeah. Councillor Austin, sorry.
So it's another matter, so was that going to be something that related to what councillor Green said?
No,
Oh, right, okay. I was just going to highlight item 12 where it says the ballot can be by a show of hands or by ballot paper as the meeting decides at the time. Again, in my previous experience, it was by ballot paper, and I think.
I think that is.
For the candidates and the candidates.
Everybody would be more comfortable with that, absolutely.
Very, very
Yeah,
comfortable.
I absolutely agree, absolutely agree.
Thank you.
Thank you. Members, sorry.
So, actually, in addition to that point, there is another or option in the procedure at number 9. The presentation can be made with the other candidates present or singly, as the meeting decides.
Got
Singly.
got to be singular, yeah.
That's happened,
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Members, that's the end of this extraordinary meeting. Declare the meeting closed at, I don't know, 11 minutes past 7 or whatever that is in big numbers. And the date of time of the next meeting is Wednesday the 31st of August. Thank you very much, and pass you over to the Chair of Planning and Infrastructure.